Today we will have a discussion about DDL commands.
Okay.
Do you remember we have 5 DDL commands? Jamal, I have create,
Delete.
alter, not delete, drop,
Sorry,
truncate, and rename. These are the DDL commands. Insert, update, delete are data manipulation language commands. Create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. These are DDL commands. Out of 5 DDL commands, we have completed only create command, using which, Jamal, what we have done, we have created a table. Now let us learn what can we do by using alter, drop, truncate, and rename. Okay. So to start with, let us start with alter command. Now by using alter command, what we can do, we can add a column, we can drop a column, we can modify a column, rename a column. These are all the things we can do it. You can add column, drop column, modify column, and rename a column. Okay. Let us learn how can we do all these things, taking an example. Do you remember we have created a table? The name of the table is student underscore Oman.
Yeah.
Jamal, our table is having how many columns?
1, 2, 3.
3 columns. And how many rows we are having? 4 rows. I want to add one more column, city. For city, what is the best data type we can use? Varchar2. I want to add a column city to existing table. Right now table is having 3 columns. I want to add a 4th column. This is possible by using alter command. So first thing, let us learn about adding a column. The syntax looks like this. Alter table, mention the table name. The keyword what we need to do is add column name, data type followed with size. Okay, this is syntax of how to add a column. So Dilavar, I want to add a new column. The name of the column what I want to add is city. For city, the best data type is varchar2. Let us have size as 10. And name of the table is student underscore Oman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alter table, student Oman.
Add city. Varchar 50. Without comma.
Copy.
Without comma. Yeah. That's required.
Look at the output. What is the response? Jamal, student underscore Oman altered. We have done with altering the table. Now go back to your table. Are you able to add a new column city? Can you see the new column? And by default, the new column will have what values? Null values. You have successfully added a column. Yes, by using alter command. Is this clear? How to add a column?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
Now,
then if it two columns, city and state, if you want to add.
you can add both the columns using one query also. Let's say, for example, now I want to add state and country. Comma, like how you create a table list of all the columns in the same way. Country, close the brackets. Using one command, not only one column, you can add 2 columns at a time. Output table altered. Are you able to get state and city?
Yeah, correct.
By default, the new column will have what values? Null values. Okay. Now, Dilavar, I want to change this country of 101 to Oman. How can I do it?
Using the update command.
Exactly. Using the update command. Update table name, set country equal to Oman, where S number equal to 1. We already have learned how can we do that. Okay. So this is how you can add the columns to an existing table. Okay. That is adding a columns. Now let us learn the second task, dropping a column. Adding is adding a new column. Dropping is nothing but removing the column.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Alter table, table name. The keyword what you need to use is drop. The keyword is drop, and mention the column name what you want to drop. I want to drop the last column country. Table altered. Go back to your table student Oman. The country has been removed. Clear? Now can I add city and state? Can we drop multiple columns at once? Can we do this? Let us try. Table altered, go back to student table. Now I got back my original table again. Okay. Adding is adding a new column. Dropping is dropping existing columns. Okay. This is third option is very important. Modify a column. Jamal, can you guess what do you mean by modifying a column?
Modify, you are changing the column size or?
Yes, perfect. Changing the column size. Student name is varchar2 data type, you know, and how to check the size?
A4.
Right click, you have an option of open declaration.
Okay.
Student name varchar size is 10. I want to increase the size to 15. You can store only 10 characters, but if you want to store more than 10, then you need to increase. Modifying is nothing but changing the size. I want to change the size of student name column from varchar2 of 10 to varchar2 of 15. Dilavar, can you guess the query? Alter table.
Alter table name. Modify column name.
Keyword. Last time we have used the keyword add. Now we have used the keyword drop. Next we are using the keyword modify. Which column name you want to modify? Student name.
Comma.
Are you modifying the size or data type?
Data type.
Data type is varchar2. We are only changing the size from 10 to 15.
Okay. Yeah.
But still but we should use the combination of data type and size. Varchar2 of size 15, close the brackets. One more closing brackets. Table altered. Now go back. Refresh. It has been changed to 15. Am I right, Dilavar? Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Perfect. So we have it.
Also, if suppose earlier it was 15 and now we want to shrink it to 10, what about the data? It is already
Yes,
there.
it is. Yeah. Very exact. Good question. Good question. I'll insert a new record. Okay. What is the current size? 15. I want to decrease it to 6. First point, can I decrease it to 10? Can I decrease it to 10? Student table has been altered. Now go back. Now it has been changed back to 10. Okay. Now can I decrease it to 6? If you decrease it to 6, what will be the value of Jamal Macklin? Cannot fit into size 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters are there, and you are decreasing the student name to 6. Existing data will not fit into new size. So what you get is an error. Cannot decrease column length because some value is too big. Which value? Jamal Mac is too big. So you can decrease only when the existing data fits into the new size. Okay? Otherwise you cannot decrease the column length. Clear, Jamal? By using modify, you can increase as well as you can decrease the size of the column. But the new size existing data should fit into the new size. Okay. That is about modifying a column. Next point, you can also change the column data type. Can you change the data type? Let us try. Student name is varchar 2 of 10. I want to change to number of size 10. Student name, current data type is varchar 2 of size 10. I want to change to number of size 10. Let us try. Jamal, what will be the query? Can you tell me the query?
Varchar table student underscore command.
Modify.
Its name to number size.
Read the output, you got an error. Column to be modified must be empty to change its data type. Jamal, when you are planning to change the data type, column should be empty. Is your SName column empty? No, it is not empty. When it is not empty, you cannot change the data type. Now, okay, Jamal, tell me how to make the column empty.
What you do is first you add the column and then delete this existing one. Then you can.
Okay, you mean to say first add a column, copy the data from this to new column, and then you can make the column empty.
Yes.
Okay, let's say I don't want to add a column right now. I want to make the column empty. How can I do that? How can I make the column empty? Making the column empty is nothing but changing it to null values.
Okay.
Dilavar, how to make the column empty?
Using the update.
Tell me the query.
Update table name set as name
equal to null.
equal to null. Yeah. Yeah, fine.
Where clause is not required because you want to update all the records. 5 rows are updated. Column empty. Now can I change the data type? Previously you got an error. The same query. I'm running it now. Table altered. Go back to your table again. How to check it? Structure. Refresh. Previously observed student name is varchar2. Refresh. Now it has been changed to number. Okay. How did I do that? By using modify, you can change the column data type, but the data type should be and column should be empty. Dilaver, is this clear? Any doubts in understanding about alter command?
Yeah, it's fine. This one more thing. Alter, we are adding it. Through alter function, we are adding it. And through drop, we are going to remove the column.
Yes.
Okay, and modify, we are modifying the data type and even the size of the column.
Yes.
Achha. Okay.
Okay. Modify, you can do two things. You can increase the size, decrease the size. You can also change the data type.
Yeah.
But to change the data type, the column should be empty. You can see student name previously it was varchar2. Dilaver, I have changed it to number. How did I change it to number? First I have made the column as empty. Okay, now I am able to change the data type. So keep in mind when you want to change the data type, the column should be empty. That's a good practice.
Yeah. But suppose one more thing, if you want to take the backup of that column, we don't know if it is 1,000 lines are there. So
Yes.
how to have it?
Okay. Let's say for example, you want to take the backup, you want to make the marks column change the data type. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to make the column empty. We want to take up the backup of this particular column. First step, add a new column.
Same as I thought.
Column name can be anything, something like marks underscore BKP, just for reference purpose.
Okay.
Table alter.
Okay.
Now I have a marks backup column. Next, these values 100, 40, 40, 40, 40 should be copied into the new column.
Yeah.
Set marks underscore BKP equal to marks. Marks is a column name, so this column name will be copied into the new column. 5 rows updated. I have copied the values.
Now I can drop the.
Dilaver. Now can I make it empty?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Like this,
Okay.
you can create backup column and make it empty for reference. Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
Sunil,
Yes.
is there a data type, a combination of number and character?
That is nothing but varchar2 accepts alphanumeric values.
Oh, okay, okay.
We have discussed now varchar2 accepts alphanumeric values. Arun1 email address, all this you can use varchar2.
Okay, okay.
Rename a column. Obviously changing the column name. S number, I want to change to roll number. Alter table student command, rename is a keyword. Add for adding a column, drop for dropping a column, modify to modify a column, rename is to rename a column. The old column name S number to new column name roll number.
Missing keyword.
Rename you need to use the word column. Rename column, old column name to new column name. Table altered, select star from table name. Are you able to get roll number? Yes. That is renaming the column. Okay. Important is adding drop. Renaming we rarely use it because we don't have any need for changing the column name, but still you can do it. Important is you can add the structure, you can add columns and drop columns, and you can modify the columns of the table by using alter command. Very powerful command. Any doubts in understanding the alter command?
It's
Shall we move to the next command, drop?
yeah.
Jamal, can you guess what the drop command will do?
It will delete or remove a column
It will remove a column.
or a table.
Yes, table, not the column. It will remove the complete table. Use it to remove the table from the database. Syntax, very simple. Drop table name. Example, I want to drop the table student Oman. Dilaver, very simple query. Drop table.
Student Oman.
After dropping the table, what is the output when I write?
No rows.
Select star from
No table exists. No object exists.
You get no row selector or table does not exist.
Table does not exist.
Exactly. Table student Oman dropped. Table or view does not exist. The complete table we have removed. Jamal, we have removed the complete structure. Okay. What is the difference between delete and drop, Jamal?
Delete it, the table is still there. Okay.
Yes.
But the drop, it will completely remove the table.
Exactly. In delete, only the rows are deleted. The table will remain.
Yeah.
Whereas in drop, the rows are deleted. The table is also deleted, dropped. Okay. That's about drop command. Truncate. One minute.
Shall have the class on Monday morning.
What was it?
Okay, I'm back. Before starting truncate, look at this table. Dilaver, employee table is having 14 records.
Okay.
How to remove all the 14 rows and make the table empty?
Delete from UMP.
Exactly. Delete from employee table without a where clause will remove all the rows from the table. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now let us discuss about truncate. Use it to remove all the rows from the table. Truncate table name. Example. Truncate table, employee table. After truncating, when that select star from employee table, you will not get the data. Output table truncated. Now when you write select star from EMP, you have removed the rows. Only the column headings are there. The remove data is removed. Okay. So use it to remove all the rows from the table. Important. In how many ways we can remove all the rows from the table? We'll have two ways by writing a delete command without where clause, all the rows are deleted. Or you can also write truncate table name, all the rows are deleted.
So both are the same or?
Okay. Yes, there is one important difference between delete and truncate.
Maybe we are committing this. One of them.
When you write delete, rows are deleted temporarily. Whereas when you write truncate command, rows are deleted permanently.
Should be good.
Okay, that's the main difference. Delete will remove the rows temporarily, whereas truncate will remove the rows permanently. Next very important difference, in delete, we can perform rollback, whereas in truncate, we cannot roll back. Now there is a relation between the first difference and the second difference. Here, Jamal, as the rows are deleted temporarily, in delete you can roll back. As the rows are deleted permanently, we cannot roll back. Okay, clear? This is the difference between delete and truncate, and how to roll back and all these concepts we'll discuss when you're learning about transaction control language, commit, rollback, and save points. Okay. For time being, remember the truncate command is used to remove all the rows from the table.
So if it is when we use delete function, so where those records will be lying? I mean, it will be there somewhere in the buffer or somewhere.
Exactly, there will be some memory buffer in the Oracle architecture, so that uncommitted transactions will be there in the buffer of the architecture. Okay, you can now, if you want, you can roll back. Shall we experience that deleting and rollbacking? Dilavar?
Yeah. You want to see where is the Oracle's recycle bin?
Look here. 23 rows are there in the student table.
Okay.
Delete command without where clause. All the 23 rows are deleted. Select star from student. Obviously no row selected. Delete, what it will do, it will delete the data temporarily. 23 records are deleted temporarily. Now I perform rollback. Rolling back, my database has been rolled back. As your database is rolled back, are you able to get back to 23 records?
Okay. Yeah.
I have deleted and I have rolled back.
Okay.
Got it? Because delete will delete the rows temporarily.
Okay. There is one more command, commit We did not commit anything, so we need
Now
to
you
run
have
the
to roll back.
rollback. Okay.
As we have not committed, you are able to roll back. When you commit, you cannot roll back the data. Okay. I'll tell you in detail when you're learning about this commit and rollback commands, which is part of transaction control language.
This same rollback can be done in through Toad also.
Through?
Toad.
Yes, you can do it. Same command.
Okay.
Rollback semicolon.
Okay.
Okay.
Sunil,
Yes.
there is a way, if there is a delete command, there is a way to copy the table.
You want to create a backup of the table.
Yes.
Whose is it? Jamal?
Yeah, Jamal.
Okay. Good questions. All these are very important. Okay. Employee table, no data. Okay.
Rollback.
Rollback.
Okay. Student 1. Jamal, student 1 is a very important table. You want to create a backup of this table.
Yes.
First tell me, Jamal, what is output of select star from student 1 where S number equal to 101?
Only one row. 101 Aaron. Aaron will come.
Okay. Where S number equal to 109. How many rows, Jamal?
109. Nothing will appear.
No rows. Okay. Now, where one equal to 1, how many rows?
1 equal to 1. 1. Just a guess.
1 equal to 1, is it condition true?
From the table, I'm not sure, but the condition 1 is equals to 1 is yes.
When the condition 1 equal to 1 is true, you get all the rows.
Okay.
1 equal to 2 condition is false. No rows.
Can we use 2 equals to 2?
Dilavar, is that condition true?
Yes, seems to be true. Yeah.
You get all rows.
3 equals.
100 equal to 100? All the rows. Okay. So this is how your SQL queries will work. So generally in the real time, how the table backups will be created. The name of the table is student 1. I want to create a backup table. Student 1 underscore BKP. How to create a table? Creating the table is possible by writing a create command. Create table student 1 underscore BKP as select star from student 1. Create in combination of select statement. The select statement will return some set of rows and columns. The set of rows and columns which is result of the select statement is copied into the student 1 BKP. Table student 1 BKP created and the The result of the select statement is copied into the backup table. Dilavar, did I copy the table?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, is this clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell me? Student 1 is a table. I want to create a two table, second table, student 1 underscore BKPP is the name of the table. I want only the structure to be copied, not the data. I want empty table to be created with the same structure, not the data should not get copied. Is the question clear, Jamal?
Yes.
As 1 where
One equals to
general practice in the real time 1 equal to 2.
one.
Are you understanding?
Yeah.
1 equal to 2 select statement will not result any data, so data is not copied, only the structure is created.
Okay.
Table created. Perfect, only the structure, not the data. So when you don't want the data to be copied into the new table, the common practice developers will follow in the real time equal to 1 equal to 2. Okay, keep that in mind.
Sunil, one more thing. When we are giving that 1 equals to 2 condition, which doesn't satisfy, and that's the reason data will not get copied. Instead of these numbers, we have like any varchar2 kind of data, any text data.
Yes, no.
Instead of where Muscat equals to Hyderabad, like that. I mean.
Select staff from student 1. Tell me
Yeah.
where.
No, what I mean, instead of, I mean, on the create query, where 1 equals to 2, instead of that, can we give any other?
Where A
Okay.
equal.
Okay, yeah.
Same. Condition is
Okay.
false. No rows are selected.
Yeah. Usually I've seen giving numbers only where 1 equals to 1. So that's I never saw any text being given. So I
Because
thought
this
it
is
was.
because it's the comfortable way. Even
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
having it, you will also use the same practice of 1:1 if you don't want any data.
Yeah, I've seen 1 equals to 1 only. Yeah.
Big one, yeah. That's the best thing.
Yeah. Will it work with the null? Null equals to null also? Or like, I mean, I'm just asking.
Null equal to null condition fails. No row selected.
Okay.
Because
Acha, two null.
we cannot perform any comparison operators on null, so it results on false.
Okay. But so it means it will copy, it will create the table then.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Correct.
So we are done with the drop. We are done with truncate. Let us learn rename. We already have learned rename, which is part of alter command. Using the rename, we have changed the column name, S number to roll number. This rename is completely changing the table name. The name of the table is student1. I want to change to stu1. Syntax is pretty simple. So rename student1 to stu. Student1 to succeeded. Renable has been renamed. Now once the table is renamed, you should access the table by using the new name. Are you able to access by using a new name? Can you access with the old name? Table does not exist. Old name has been changed. The syntax is rename old table name to new table name. So this is how you can change the table name. Once the table name is changed, you can access by using the new table name, not the old table name. This is how to rename the table. With this, we have completed DDL commands: create, alter, drop, truncate, and rename.
Okay. Sunil, one question, maybe we are going very back. When we are performing an insert command, we can use also the where clause along with that, no?
Insert command along with the where clause?
Yeah.
From copying the data from one table to other table?
No, I mean just when I know that ename is all Arun's, okay, but their serial number is different, e number is different. But I want to go to insert the value for city for e number 106.
Okay, look here.
So can I use that where clause along with the insert? No, just
no, no.
Yeah.
I'll add a new column city and explain your scenario.
No.
Now you want to insert a city
In row number 105, for example, anyone.
This one what I have highlighted.
Yeah. 103, yeah.
City should be something like
Hyderabad.
or Delhi. (103) city I want to change it to Delhi. Insert command will insert a new row. Right now there are 6 rows. It will insert the 7th row. But you want to change the data null to Delhi. So in that case, you should write an update. Update stu1 set which column name you want to change, city equal to Delhi. Which row? Point out which row, where
Number equals to 103.
That's number. One row updated.
Yeah.
Changed? Yes. So like this, existing data manipulations always will go for update. Insert, we're inserting the new record. Okay? That's how you should. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So with this, we have completed DDL commands. Okay? So we have completed DDL commands, we have completed data manipulation language commands, merge is pending, that we'll discuss later. And now let us move to the next very important topic, integrity constraints. Constraints are nothing but rules applied on tables. Rules which are applied on tables are called as constraints. Before starting about constraints, how was the weekend, Jamal?
And
The name of the table is student 3. Table is having 3 columns. Are there any constraints? It's a simple table without any constraints. That means, Dilavar, there is no rules in this table. Can I insert the same record one more time?
Yeah.
I think in the first session probably we have discussed this concept.
Yeah.
Table created. Table has been created. Inserting same 3 records 101, 101, 101. Is it allowed? Yes, 1 row inserted, 2nd row inserted, 3rd row inserted. Yes. So when there are no constraints, by default it accepts. When you insert it, the row gets accepted. And can you insert null value to number? Can I insert null to name?
Yeah.
Can I insert null to marks? By default, every column will accept null and every column will accept duplicates. This is the default behavior. Every column will accept null, every column will accept duplicates. This is the table without any constraints. But you can apply some constraints to avoid null values or to avoid duplicate values. So this is all possible by using the concept of constraints. Rules applied on tables. Constraints are rules which are applied on tables. Constraints helps in improving accuracy of the database. So database accuracy can be improved. How can the database accuracy is improved? Let us understand it. Types of constraints. Any idea, Jamal?
no idea.
We have
It's gone. Hello?
Hello, Sunil. We cannot hear you.
Hello?
hello?
Yeah. Yes, Sunil.
Yeah, network problem. 1 minute. Dilavar, what is your nationality?
Indian.
Oh. And Jamal?
From Philippines.
Philippines.
Yeah.
Now I came to know nowadays Philippines is the main destination for outsourcing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Many countries are having their branches in Philippines for outsourcing, customer support, and all those.
Yeah, that's true.
But it is more prone for calamities. Am I right?
Yeah, maybe every twice in 1 year.
That's the main problem. So Dilavar, you are from which state in India?
I am from Malakpet.
Hyderabad.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, okay.
Same, same.
How many years back you went to Oman?
Um, Around 8 years back.
Now you are a permanent citizen?
No, no, no. I'm not a citizen here. There is no citizenship concept here. Just
But in US, actually, they apply for citizenship or they apply for green card or something like that, isn't it, in US?
here we have the residence card only. I mean, in the whole Middle East, there is no citizenship. I mean, kind of anything like that. Only it happens in
Okay.
the American, all those Europe countries. Or like.
Okay. So you have a residence card.
Yeah, we all expats will have the resident cards, which will be renewed
How many years
after
will there be
after
any
every,
limitation?
yeah, after every 2 years we need to renew it.
Okay. The renewal is a formality. There is no rejections for renewal or something like that.
No, it depends. I mean, as long as you are there with the company sends you for the renewal to the ministry.
Okay. So there is no problem. It gets renewed.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But there is a constant is there. Age constant is there on that. If it is 60 plus, then you will not be getting the visa.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, if you so you cannot renew after 60 years.
Yeah, yeah. Even if company wants you to stay, but the ministry or the government will not allow. Only in the
Okay.
exception.
Oh, so you need to come back to India after 60.
Yeah, yeah. It's a complete retirement.
Alas.
Very good.
But you can join the politics. That is there.
Oh, that's also possible. Okay.
Yeah, there is no age limit for that.
Okay. Good. Mhm. Oman is an emirate, right?
Sorry.
A different country.
It's a country.
We are the neighbor country to Dubai.
Okay. I want to visit to Dubai sometime next year. I will visit for the shopping festival.
Acha, acha. You have never been to a Middle East country?
No.
Okay. So all your trainings are off-site, huh?
From online.
Online training, yeah.
Yeah. To US, Australia, Middle East. Bahrain is near for you?
No, no, no. It is near to Saudi.
Okay. I also get inquiries from Bahrain also.
Okay.
In Bahrain, the cost of education is very, very high, and there are very less training institutes. So one of my students used to say he will ask me to come to Bahrain and start a training institute, but you have all legal problems there.
Yeah, it will be.
We have 5 types of constraints.
Yeah.
Not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check. This is the 5 types of constraints. Let us understand each and every constraint. Can you guess, Jamal? By looking at the name, can you guess what the constraint will do?
If the value is not null, it will not accept.
It will not accept null values. Example. How to apply not null constraint? Very simple. Column name, data type, size, followed with the constraint you want to apply. Jamal, I'm applying not null constraint. To which column I'm applying not null constraint? Look at this. In the same line. To student number, I'm applying not null constraint. That means null values are not accepted to the student number. Table name is already used by existing object. Student 4 is already available. Table created. Table created, applying a not null constraint to the first column S number. Jamal, first insert command, is it a valid insert command?
Yes.
Second one?
Yes.
Third one?
No.
Yes. Third one will give you error. Fourth one?
Yes.
Valid?
Valid.
You are right. First one valid, second one is also valid insert command. Third one you get an error because you cannot insert null. Read the error message. Read the error message. Dilavar cannot insert null. Apps is my username. Student 4 is the name of the table. In student for which column you cannot insert null? S number.
No. Yeah.
Can I insert null to marks? Yes.
Yeah, there's no constraint.
One row is inserted. Null is accepted for marks because the constraint we have applied only for one column, that is student number. Name and marks will accept null values. Only student number will not accept null values. So this is how. When you apply a not null constraint, it will not accept null values. Not null constraint, will it accept duplicates? Dilavar, is it accepting duplicates?
Yeah, it will accept.
Yes. Will not accept null. That's it. It will not accept
Cannot.
null, but it will accept duplicates. This is the behavior of a not null constraint. Okay. So if you want to check whether the constraint is applied, you can also see the constraint has. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear it. We can hear you now.
I mean this to repeat that. Or?
Sunil, can you repeat?
Is it network issue from my end or from your end? Network issue is from my end or is it from your end, Jamal?
We are fine here. I don't see any problem.
We don't get any message saying that there is some network issue.
Okay. So
Maybe from our side.
Hmm?
Maybe from our side.
No, it's well.
probably network problem from my end.
Can you tell the network?
Okay. So not null constraint will not accept null, but it will accept a duplicate. So even this one is also valid. Only one insert command will give you error. Now if you want to check whether the not null constraint is applied or not, you can do it by right click on the table name, go to div, open declaration. You can see that student 4 null values are not accepted. Here you can see whether it is or not. You can also look at this constraints tab. S number is not null. Okay.
Okay, Sunil.
Am I clear?
Yeah. What about 0, Sunil? Sunil?
Hello.
Yeah, if it is null, if I insert 0, then
0 is
0 is a value. It is accepted.
valid.
One row inserted.
yeah.
0 is a value. Only null will not be accepted.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I have two columns as not null constraint? SNAME also can apply not null constraint? Yes? Yes, both the columns you can apply not null constraint. In that case, both the columns will not accept null values.
Yeah.
Column name, data type, size, mention the constraint here. Like this, n number of columns can have not null constraint. Unique.
But Sunil, but in SNAME, if you make it not null and put null in single quotes, it will accept, no?
Yes, it is accepted because it is a value.
Yeah, fine.
Like this.
Yeah, single quotes. Because null can be the name of person.
Okay. Then we will put like this.
Whatever you mention in single quotes, it is a value. Like ABC is a value, NULL is a value. That is considered as the name of the student.
Yeah, fine.
Unique constraint will not accept duplicates. Unique constraint will not accept the duplicates. Example, I want to create a table student 5. Applying a unique constraint for the first column. How to apply the constraint? Very simple. They'll have a column name, data type, size, and mention the constraint what you want to apply. That is how you can create a unique constraint.
Yeah.
Student name.
Hmm?
I want to apply unique constraint. How to apply the unique constraint, Jamal? Column name, data type, size, mention the constraint you want to apply. Unique.
Okay.
Sunil.
Insert into student 5. Dilawar.
Yeah. Fail.
Second insert command, is it valid?
Fail. It will fail. It is not valid. It will fail.
Yes. Oh, student 5 is already there. Let's remove. And I remember last time you have requested for Oracle applications instance in the external hard drive.
Yes. How much would be the
Yes.
price?
You have requested for Oracle applications instance in an external hard drive, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So the hard drive charges and the installation charges plus courier charges altogether it will go for around 12,000 rupees, Indian rupee.
12,000. Okay.
Once you have the hard drive with you, you can copy that into your local machine, and then your Oracle applications instance will be on your local. Okay.
You are talking about the Fusion, no? Sunil?
No, Fusion is not cannot be done in the hard drive. I'm talking about release 12.1.3.
Okay. Yeah, I think Mudassar wanted to have that because he was asking for Fusion, I believe. Maybe we will come back to you. Maybe it is release 12 or Fusion. We will check.
Okay. I thought this is for you. I think this is for Mudassar. Okay.
Yeah.
Table created. First record valid. Look at the second record. Error message. Unique constraint violated. Okay. So unique will not accept duplicate values. Every student should have a unique number. Obviously, it is accepted. So it is error out. Sorry. Important. Jamal. Third insert command valid.
Yes. Valid.
Perfect. It is valid.
Sunil, what if combination of constraints on one data type? Like if I want unique and not to be there.
I'll tell you. You can see null is accepted. Important, Dilawar. Can I insert one more time null?
Yeah, you can insert. It will go another null.
Valid.
Yeah.
Multiple null values are accepted. You may have a doubt when 101 is available, already inserted, 101 giving you error. In the same way, when null is inserted, this null should give error. But the point is, whenever you insert a row, it compares. It checks whether the 101 is available in the table or not. Comparison is possible between values. When value is available, then it is a duplicate value. Is null a value? It is not at all a value. Then there is no scope for duplication, isn't it? So
Yeah.
null values are accepted. Only duplicates are not accepted.
Correct.
Okay, is this clear? So very important point. Not null will accept duplicates. It will not accept null value. Unique will accept null values, but it will not accept duplicates. So don't get confused.
Yeah.
Primary key. Important. It is combination of not null and Unique. Jamal, you have requested I want both the constraints not null and unique. Yes, that is nothing but primary key. It is nothing but a combination of not null unique. Primary key will not accept null values. Primary key will not accept duplicates. Okay, and very important, table can have only one primary key. Table can have only one primary key. Okay, so example, how to apply primary key. Column name, data type, size, mention the constraint. Okay,
Sunil, primary key is
yes.
a combination of not null and unique. So, I'm asking, instead of writing primary key, can't we write not null space unique?
You can do that. That is nothing but primary key. So they have combined these two constraints, and Oracle is providing you constraints. So when you want to apply two constraints, just apply primary key.
Okay, it means that combination is valid, but better to use the primary key, which is more simple.
Yes, exactly. Combination is valid. Best to use primary key.
Yeah.
Table created. First insert command valid. Second insert command error because primary key will not accept null. Third insert command error because the primary key will not accept duplicates. Fourth insert command is valid.
Yeah.
Yes. So what is the purpose of primary key? Primary key is used for unique identification. So if you want to identify every row with a unique number, that's nothing but possible by using a primary key value. Okay. You cannot uniquely identify every student by using a name because two students can have same name. Agree? So unique identification's purpose, we use the concept of primary key. Example, every bank account holder is identified with account number, isn't it? Every vehicle is identified with vehicle registration number. Agree? So in unique identification. So is also possible, like every employee in an organization is identified with employee number or an employee ID. So for that purpose, we use the concept of primary key. It is nothing but technically combination of two constraints, not null and unique.
Sunil, yeah, it is fine. This you mentioned table can have only one primary key. It means one column among 10 columns, for example, in a table can have only one primary key. You mean?
Yes. A table cannot have two primary keys. Look at this. How many primary keys, Dilavar? I'm applying 2.
Yeah.
And the extra primary.
Read the message. Table can have only
One
one
primary.
prime. You cannot have 2 primary keys. Important.
Yeah. But what could be the logic? I mean, suppose a bank number will be a primary key. Okay. But suppose,
Okay.
for example, there is Aadhaar card number also there. That is also unique. So,
Like
Yes.
national ID.
yeah, national ID.
Yes. So,
So,
but
in that case, yeah.
in that case scenario, how to satisfy that scenario? Let's say, for example, in your organization, every employee is having a unique number, employee number. Dilavar, you have an employee number. Okay.
Yeah.
In the same
Correct.
way, you have something like some unique identification number like the Aadhaar number. Okay.
Yeah.
So how to
Yeah.
satisfy that? In that case, create primary key on the employee number. Apply not null and unique combination on the Aadhaar number.
Okay.
Okay. Now you have asked how can we apply 2 constraints on a 1 column without primary key? Yes, we should use that concept. Okay. Then that column, second column, something like Aadhaar number, is technically equal to primary key, but you should not say that as a primary key. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Table can
Fine.
have only 1 primary key.
So not null and unique we can have n number of times. Huh?
N number of times. Yes, exactly.
Fine. Fine.
So if you see the student 77 table, which is having only 1 primary key, you can look at that particular primary key constraint, right click on that open pop-up declaration, go to what tab. Can you see we have constraints information, and there's a primary key constraint applied on which column?
Yeah.
You can see in the columns applied on S number column.
Maybe it is a secondary key.
Foreign keys. Yeah, fine, Sunil.
Yeah. 12C.
I want to discuss about composite primary key. Have you heard about this, Dilavar?
No. Maybe it's a foreign key.
No. When primary key applied on multiple columns, it is called composite primary key. So this is also used many times in the projects also, composite primary key. Example. Not sure. Comma, primary key I want to apply on combination of first name comma last. table created. In this example, table is having primary key, but Jamal, primary key is not applied on one column. If you write column name, data type, size in the same line, if you write primary key here, then it is called primary key applied on one column. But here it is at the last. How many columns I am mentioning? 2 columns. Primary key when applied on multiple columns. This kind of primary keys are called composite primary keys. First name.
Sunil, this satisfies that one primary key on one table.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Jamal, what is your first name?
Jamal.
Dilavar.
Yeah.
First insert command valid.
It's valid.
Second insert command valid.
Seems to be, yeah. Because we are saying
Valid?
that no, because we are saying the first name and last name both are different. Okay, so one of them should not be duplicate and not null. I think this is not valid. It's a duplicate.
Jamal, what do you say? Second insert command. Jamal, what do you say? The second insert command, is it valid?
No, error. When Jamal is
No. Dilavar Khan, Dilavar Rahman, Dilavar Hussain. So this kind of people will be there. 2 people will be there.
yeah, but this is a primary key.
Primary key, it's the combination
First
is the
insert.
primary.
First insert command valid. I will execute the second. I will execute the second insert command. Both the insert commands are valid.
Yeah.
Now you may argue, Jamal, primary key will not accept duplicates. Jamal is already inserted. Again, it should not insert duplicate. Your argument could be right if I apply primary key on only first column. Yes. If I write first name varchar 2 of size 10, followed with here, if I write primary key, then definitely your argument could be valid. But here, primary key is not acting on one column. It is acting on 2 columns. As it is acting on 2 columns, you need to use combination of values.
Okay, understand now.
Understood?
Yeah. Correct.
Jamal, one more question. Alan, is the third insert command valid?
Valid.
Perfect, valid. Because primary key is not on one column, primary key is acting on 2 columns. When you get an error, when combination XYZ ln, again I am writing XYZ ln. This will give you error. Cannot insert. Sorry.
Comma.
Unique constraint violated. Got it? You are not able to give error. So when you write select stars from student 79, combination is always unique. Practically, in which scenarios composite primary key is used? This is ICICI Bank account number. Generally, 0642 will be the branch code. If there is one more account in the same branch, you will have 0642, isn't it? Followed with Is it available? Can it be possible? Yes. Because the branch code is duplicate, you cannot say duplicate account number because primary key is applied on the combination of branch code followed with account number. Now, can I have same account number in a different branch? Yes. Yes. When you are mentioning, you need to use a combination of branch name and account number. So, in banking application, this kind of composite primary keys are used. Okay.
Yeah. So Sunil,
Am I clear?
yeah, this is more applicable when it comes to some unique numbers like bank account number, ID number, Aadhaar card number, kind of. But because, like, I mean, if there are common names like just like your name, Sunil Kumar, so that is more common. So two people can have, I mean, having the same name, can have the same, I mean, bank account in the same branch.
Yes.
So I think, I mean, name, I mean, will not be having a primary key. This composite primary
Generally, name will not never have a primary key. I'm giving some example. Generally, there is only numbers will be primary keys.
Yeah, fine. Fine. It's a combination, I think. So combination has n number of columns, no?
Yes, exactly. A number of columns.
Okay. Fine.
Now, in this example, don't think there are two primary keys. That's wrong. There is only one primary key acting on two columns.
Yeah.
Right.
That's about primary key.
Yeah. Ideally, I think better to make a composite primary key on all the columns of a table, so that the whole combination should not be repeated.
If you want whole combination not to be repeated, then you can make combining all the columns and make it as a composite primary key. So
Yeah.
you should use this concept as and when.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But there is no simple function like, I mean, putting this asterisk or something like equals to,
No.
where it works for all of them.
No. This is the
Okay.
syntax.
Okay. You have to select all the columns.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Next one.
Fine. All right.
Foreign key. And one more point. I don't get confused with this point. This is a normal primary key. Okay. This one is also normal primary key. It's not composite primary key because your primary key applying on only one column. It is a normal primary key only. Okay. So this kind of creating primary key and mentioning the column name, data type, size in the same line when you mention the primary key, this kind of constraint is called as creating constraint at column level. Creating constraint at a table level, creating constraint at a column level. Okay, when you use this kind of syntax, this is called creating constraint at table level. After completing all the column name, data type, size, at the last, when you mention primary key and mention to which column you want to apply primary key, this kind of syntax is called table level syntax. When you're mentioning the same line, column name, data type, size in the same line, when you mention the constraint, this is called column level. Technically, both are same. These are two different syntaxes. Whichever syntax you feel comfortable, you please follow the syntax.
Yeah, fine. Sunil, what errors we are getting in this platform? No?
And table created. Both the tables are created. Technically, both are having primary key on one column. Yes, now your query, Dilavar.
This one. We have this. You are using the SQL Developer today. So
yes.
Whatever now the error message, the logs are different. I mean, it's very clear. Will these be repeated same on the Toad also, or will it have small, just a limited error?
Daily, I mean, I forgot. I mean, are you using Toad or SQL Developer in the previous classes?
We are using Toad only.
Oh, forgot. I thought we are using SQL Developer. Both are same.
Yeah, both are same. Yeah. So will it give more? I mean, the SQL Developer will give more elaborated error messages or log files like?
Nothing like that. Look at this.
We will take two primary key query.
This one, I'll execute this.
Achha.
XYZ ln, which is a combination of duplicate value in a composite primary key.
Okay.
Same insert command, copy. Unique constraint violated is a pop-up window here. You get it. Go for details. This is the what you get it. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Configured in DB, MS, MSE mode. See the message. So all this information you have. Configured in DB, MS mode.
Okay. Right.
Nothing. Both are equally good. I thought we are using SQL Developer. Okay.
We'll start using that also.
Which one?
SQL Developer will start practicing on it.
You are happy with SQL Developer?
Yeah, I mean, it looks more luxurious.
Whichever is comfortable, you please follow. Both are equally good.
Yeah.
So this is how tables are created, constraints are created at column level and table level. Two syntaxes, whichever syntax you feel comfortable, you please follow the syntax.